Hi, I'm Jamie Alderman. I lead our knowledge management team at WNS-Denali. Our team is asked to help other team members in finding category-specific knowledge. We've seen some requests for construction that I thought might be helpful for you, and I'm going to share those procurement tips with you. The first procurement pro tip is understanding the project requirements and making sure that they're aligned with business objectives. What I mean by this, we use AQSCI, which is assurance of supply, service, quality, cost, and innovation. We use these requirements to have conversations with the stakeholders to understand their needs for a project. This is important so that you align it with the business objectives. An example of a business objective in construction might be to use local suppliers. So you need to ensure that the project requirements are aligned with the business objectives. The second procurement tip is having a strong price breakdown so that you can compare supplier pricing evenly. It's helpful to divide out the base pay rate from the markup. In the base pay rate, things that are typically included are fringe, taxes, things like that. In the markup, we typically see things like workers' compensation, general liability, small tools, overhead, and profit. It's important that you break that down so that you can compare the pieces, and it helps you to negotiate with the suppliers. Other things that you can consider in pricing for construction, typically these are time and material or fixed cost projects if you have a really good scope of work. But aligning this with your business goals, you might be able to do some risk sharing with partners as well. So if you need to get a project done by a certain date, you can share the risk and benefit with the suppliers for related to pricing. The third procurement tip in construction is making sure that you have a good selection criteria. This actually is helpful to reference the AQSCI from the first tip. You can carry the requirements that you did into your selection criteria. This helps you to align your sourcing questions or your event questions to the requirements that you have for the project, and make sure that you get clear answers so that you can make the best decision, decide who the best supplier is for the project. This also allows you to include qualitative factors such as productivity, availability, safety, and any guarantees. Those are hard to quantify in pricing, but you could definitely evaluate them in this selection criteria. The fourth and last procurement tip that I'm going to share with you today around construction is making sure that you mitigate risks. It's especially important for construction because there are some key risks that we typically see, such as co-employment if it's a long-term project. There's also technical, there's environmental. If you're looking to remove materials, you need to make sure that that's done properly, and any regulations. You also want to ensure that you include any language needed in the contract related to mitigating risks, such as contingency plan. If you need the ability to adjust your time and material rates, and if you're doing that risk sharing that we talked about, you want to include language in the contract around that as well. In light of the current situation with COVID-19, we are seeing some changes in construction that I want to bring up and hopefully you're thoughtful about with your construction projects. We are seeing some new safety standards. There's also been delays or project cancellations. So in light of that, there's been some pricing impacts that are due to travel or shipping restrictions and inventory changes. These also impact lead times as well. There are some positives that are coming out of COVID-19 for construction. We're seeing new projects in healthcare and in lodging. We're also seeing projects that take advantage of the reduced fuel prices and slower commodity price rebound. Thanks for your time today. I hope you found these tips useful in your construction projects. Feel free to comment below, or you can connect to me on LinkedIn, and I'd be happy to help you with your construction projects. Thank you for your time.